Oh, fuck, that's loud. Hi, gamers. Time to do the plugs. Grip it and rip it, baby. Don't know if I'm feeling Vengabus today. Oh yeah, Vengabus also gets me demonetized on YouTube, so let's change that to something else. I keep nearly opening the one which is just... What is this? Oh yeah, that's what that is. We don't need that. Who? We've never played with horrible Taylor Swift. Oh yes. Yes. This gives me power. For a mom, when you needed space. What? Baby, I miss you and I swear I'm gonna change, baby. I got the lyrics incredibly wrong. Do, and for me, I love you. Ooh, call me up again that night and ooh, it's time. I'm telling you, we are never, ever getting back together. We are never, ever getting back together. You go talk to your friends, talk to my friends, talk to me. 'Cause we are never, ever getting back together. Like, ever. I'm really gonna miss you picking fights and me calling for her, screaming that I'm right. And you hide away inside your peace of mind with some indie record that's much cooler than mine. Ooh, we are never, ever getting back together. We are never, ever back together. You go talk to your friends, talk to my friends, talk to me. 'Cause we are never, ever getting back together. You used to say that we were forever, ever, and you got the first end of never say never. I don't remember this bit of the song, I'll be quite honest. I occasionally think to myself, Aoife, why are you doing yourself to list yourself into that? We are never, ever getting back together. We are never, ever getting back together. You go talk to your friends, talk to my friends, talk to me. We are never, ever, ever, ever getting back together. Hi gamers. I occasionally ask myself, why do I do that? Why has this become a stream thing that I sing in the intro? I don't sing particularly well. I don't think I'm the worst singer in the world, but not a particularly good singer. And also there's like one, but then I think to myself, like, if you're doing it for like one person and maybe whoever watches the VODs, which, just go on to twitch.tv/ProStemPanda very quickly. We can see, oh, there I am. We can see if we go to my channel, then we go to videos. That's like 10 people. Particularly if you look at like Operation Assassinate Goofy, which I think is where I first started the singing thing. Like 3 people have watched that. I think we're good. Anyway, this is the stream. We're in a truck. I didn't have any better ideas what to play, to be honest. And because I was like, it's a bit of a weird time to start Short Hike, like at 11 p.m. on like a Tuesday. So maybe we'll do that tomorrow if I'm not busy. I might be seeing a friend. Probably not, but maybe, who knows. Let's sort the stream so you can see truck. And go on to... Oh, you can see truck. I've done my job. Oh, I'm so good at this. But we won't see truck in this screen. And the problem here is if we go onto game capture, it's trying to get Spec Ops: The Line. And we want it to be getting Euro Truck. And it's doing this again. Transform. Stretch the screen. Ka-chow. Now we gaming. Welcome to the stream. I'm just going to put the sort of usual chill music playlist on that we can truck to. Where's it gone? Do I already have it open? No, that's Sayonara Wild Hearts. A great game that I don't know if I'd stream because I don't know. It's one of my favourite games ever. But okay, let's just start with like. Oh, what do we want to start with? This is just a long playlist of like video game music. I just pressed the random button. It's giving me Halo, so that'll do. Oh, I never installed the fucking Twitch thing that I was going to do that would tell you, my loyal hogs. I can't steal that. I tried it once, can't steal it. My loyal like 2 viewers would tell you what song I'm listening to. Because this one ain't the one, that Halo one with the Warhogs. Oh wait, maybe it is. This is the hog music. So where's our truck? We're in Denmark. Where do you want to go? Is the question. Go to Estonia. We could go to... Oh, I don't want to go back to Britain. We've had enough time on this cursed island. Go to Sverige. En lite plats I Sverige. We go to Poland. We go to Poland and head down into the Eastern Balkans. Go to Estonia. Estonia would give us options, because then we could double back. So I want to like Stockholm to Helsingborg. Helsingborg would be a nice short one. Stavanger. Norway is a weird one to get trapped in. Down to Rotterdam. That's a poorly paid job, I'll be honest. Maybe we go to Karlskrona. So it'll give us some nice options from there. We could go like down into Poland. We could go down to Tyskland. We could go down up into like the rest of Scandinavia, which apparently stops at this line. There's so many options. Let's go Odense to Karlskrona. I'm so annoyed. The Euro Truck DLCs are all on sale, but I am too broke to be able to afford the Spain one. It sounds like I'm joking or begging for money, but no, I'm not joking, and I can't beg for money. This channel isn't monetized yet. I do have a Patreon. Don't really use it, but it's linked down below. If you want to give me money, it's probably the least efficient way. I should set up a coffee or some a Ko-fi? Coffee? It's probably the more efficient way to do it. Honk. Yeah, we're going to Carlsbad. Well, we could go to Austria. We could truck down the whole of Germany to Austria. That could be fun, actually. That's a 17-hour in-game truck time. This could take us a while. Let's do it. Trader is there. Don't know how long this stream will go on for, because I don't want to mess up my sleep schedule too much, because I am... Oh, we don't need to go top-down view. That feels a bit cheaty. Fuck. I promise I've played like a... Okay, maybe we do. I did install Halo Infinite on here for like 5 minutes because I was like... I played that when it came out on the Xbox. I just got an Xbox Series S when it came out and I was like, maybe it'd be good? No. Like, before it came out, I like tried to play through all the Halo games. I was like, wouldn't it be fun? Wouldn't it be so fun? Bye! Wouldn't it be so fun if I like sort of played through all the Halo games before like the new Halo came out? Like, they're games that they're one of like the only shooter series I have like a childhood connection with. Like, it's them and then like the Warhammer 40k Fire Warrior, a game which I could never beat the second level of because I was bad at games as a child. Unlike now. I mean, you see that parking? But like yeah. I thought it would be such a great idea. So I installed like the Halo Master Chief Collection because like that's got all of the important ones. No one needs to play any Halo like after Halo 3. No. Like after like the original trilogy, like the Bungie ones are the ones that people like. She says, as someone whose first Halo game was Halo 4, because Halo 4 came with my Xbox 360. We got Halo 4 and then we got the Tomb Raider reboot, which was an 18, so my parents wouldn't let me play. Because my parents, for me, were very like sticklers when it came to video game age limits. My siblings, they'd given up. It's classic oldest sibling like complaints. Like they had given up caring about like age limits by that point. My sister would like just get back, like walk in from like upstairs where she'd been like watching a film on her like iPad or whatever, and she'd just walk in and be like, oh, just had a great time watching like The Purge, which not a horrifically violent horror film, but like still, this was when she was like 12. She's like 15, almost 16 now, so it's a bit more normal. But still. Interesting. Yeah, I was never allowed any of this shit. So it was... Like, Halo was about the most violent of like a shooter as I'll get. And also a lot of my friends had it when I was younger, so sort of the... fucking around with the Forge stuff was very much a sort of nostalgic thing for me. And... I'm going to turn down the truck slightly, it's quite loud. Not graphics. Dead Cells is a fun game. This music's from Dead Cells. I'm going to turn all the truck sounds down to like this level. I think this is from Dead Cells. Never got very far in Dead Cells. I got it and then like a couple of weeks later I got Hades. And Dead Cells is a good game, but Hades is like a better game. And like once I had... But anyway, back to Halo. This is what you came here for, definitely, is to listen to me talk about the video games Halo. I've just been to a stand-up comedy gig. I live in Edinburgh, so it's like whenever I can, I'm going to see fringe shows. And so, like, my entire brain is, like, stand-up comedy and very little else. I haven't seen any theatre yet. Might go see someone's, like, pretentious drama piece about, like, transgender. And then I can just, like, sit and honk and be like, transgender, that's me. Yeah. And, like, I've seen some good shit. Like, I think everything I've seen I've enjoyed. I haven't, because I've been fairly selective. I've gone and seen Tom Walker, the guy who sort of inspired me to do streaming, which probably isn't a positive thing, but no, really funny Australian comedian, does a lot of like mime and physical stuff. As someone who did GCSE in performing arts, I hate physical theatre. It is truly one of my least favourite things in the world, having as someone who's been forced to do it for grades, and someone who as part of that was, no, fuck you Big Iron, no Big Iron. And as someone who like was then forced to watch a lot of physical theatre and stuff, I hate physical theatre. So like, I think I first encountered Tom like via Trash Future, the podcast, and it was like the video of him breaking the coconut, great, got into all his like YouTube content, got into like Pixsofty.png, his podcast he does with Demi Lardner, great podcast, would recommend. And then it was like somewhere like when they were promoting stuff at the end like of one of the podcasts, they were like, oh yeah, go watch Tom's show like Very on Amazon Prime, which you should do. And then I went to watch it and it was like, this is a mime show. And I just thought to myself like, oh no, what have I done? But no, it's good. His comedy is so good, and like he's, I guess that like I think this partially comes from Twitch. He's really good at interacting with the audience. Like this one, like there were just a couple of like audience interaction moments that were like very spontaneous and just sort of came out of nowhere and really good. I've also tonight I saw Alice Fraser, another Australian comedian. She's really good. I saw her for the first time at the end of the 2019 Fringe. She was at the last show I saw, because for that I like was moving back up to Edinburgh. Just finished my first year of uni and I was moving back up like halfway through like the Fringe. So, and a couple of friends came with me for like the first week or so. Then they pissed off, left me alone. So then I like spent. I wasn't broke back then. I could afford to go see comedy, although I mostly saw theatre. But yeah, like, I say like too much. So essentially works just as well. Yeah, really loved her old show that she did in 2019. Immediately knew I wanted to see, like, she was one of my like first picks, and I'm so glad I saw her like again. Her and Tom Walker and some of the others I'll get to. Like, I think pretty much there's not been a show I haven't not liked. There's just some shows that like I've liked so much that I've both wanted to see them again, have wanted to like tell people go see this fucking show, it's so good, and also like, and this doesn't sound like a like positive, but it really is, have walked out of them like feeling really sad. And that sounds really negative. That's like, oh no, the comedy didn't work. But no, the reason I was really sad was because like I was like, oh, I've had that experience. It's not gonna be the same again. Like, there are some of these shows I really want, I adored, and like, but like, would it be the same getting to go see them again? I don't think so. I think it would be an arguably quite different experience going to see something for the second time. I don't know if they'd work as well. Although, like, Edinburgh Fringe, different audiences, like, who knows? But yeah, so, other than those two, I also, so the 6th was my birthday, depressing day, except for the two shows I saw. So I saw Milo Edwards of Trash Future, a very funny comedian. He's got some bits you can find on. Oh, we're in Germany. We're leaving Scandinavia and entering Germany. Which is 50 outside cities, 50 in cities, 80 outside cities. Good to know. So yeah, like, Milo Edwards, great. Probably, like, I'm gonna say on the edgier side of stuff I enjoy. Like, I wouldn't say he's edgy in, like, a cancel me way. Just, like, some of the jokes he makes are... they're edgy. There's no better way to put it, but in a good way. Like, productive edgy. And, like, I think listening to Trash Future kind of added my sort of woke scold phase. I'm still woke, get what I mean? But, like, I still believe all of that stuff. As a trans person, it's hard not to. Unless you're, like, Blair White or, like, Debbie Hayton. But not all of us have the privilege of being, of them, and sort of all the money that comes along with that. But yeah, like, really good. And also there are a couple of jokes which seemed like precision like hog sniper, like targeting his fans. Then after that I went and saw Olga Koch. She's someone who the like adverts for her shows like mentioned that she's on What the Week, a show I don't like and don't watch. I used to really like sort of Have I Got News for You? Don't anymore. Bad show. Are my lights not on? No, they are. I had a panic there, but then I was like, why have we not been fined if that's the case? But yeah, really good show. Olga Koch, again, another like different vibe. All the shows have had quite different vibes, which I've really appreciated. I don't have much to say about her show. I read through the Guardian's review of her show though. I don't read Guardian. Terrible transphobic rag. Do not enjoy it. Try and avoid it if I can. But I saw someone's tweet where they mentioned like a Fringe review on the Guardian, which was like entertaining in itself. So I was like, let's go through their reviews and see if there are reviews I've seen. And like there was the Olga Koch's show was the only one that there was a review of. So I went and I clicked on that, and one of the key sort of focal points of her show is hoe culture, like slutty or all that. But they've spelt hoe H-O-E in the review, which is more like farming culture. Like hoe culture of like, oh yeah. Do I try to do West Country? I'm trying not to be too loud because my flatmate's probably asleep. Like hoe culture, like ooh oh this O's great for ploughing land? Is that what you don't know? Tilling? I grew up in rural West Country. I have no fucking clue what you do with a hoe. Okay, we're going this way, I think. But yeah, that's very funny to me. Great show, really fun. Very different vibe, but in a good way. Then the first show I saw, because I've been doing these in reverse chronological order for some reason, was Stuart Lee, the very, very, very famous left-wing comedian, who I really enjoyed, but I feel like I'm a bit too young for some of his stuff. Like, the comedy worked, like, and I could tell, and like, it was, a lot of like the audience interaction again was like really good, which is really fun considering that that's not something he's known for. But a lot of the references, perhaps, I'm a bit sort of young for this aging Gen X comedian who, I think if you can see someone like Stuart Lee, you should, even from just a... Stuart Lee is the comedian who, like, if you go and see someone who is like a self-professed left-wing comedian, they're probably ripping off Stuart Lee. They will probably do a lot of the same like stuff Stuart Lee does because he is sort of the most famous example of a left-wing comedian. But yeah. So those are the shows I've seen. I'm going to see Rachel Paris tomorrow. She is from what I know her from is The MASH Report, which was the good BBC sort of late night talk show type thing with like Nish Kumar fronting it, and I need to, once I get paid for this week, I'm going to try and get Nish Kumar tickets if they're still on sale. He's one of those big comedians who's like here for like 3 days and that's it. Which is one way of doing it. It's probably the like most economical way of doing it, because like bam, in for 3 days, don't have to deal with like paying for Edinburgh prices. Although I say that, I was walking home from work the other day, and I was walking behind Nish Kumar, like, which was very fun. He walked quite slowly, so I overtook him. I didn't look back to like double check it was Nish Kumar, because that would have been weird, but it was Nish Kumar. I could tell. Like, I did look back. I'll be honest. I look back. You're happy. You're happy, gamers. Making good time on this delivery, I think. So yeah, I've got a big list of stuff I want to see, and I'll probably also... in previous years, they had a big outdoor box office down on Princes Street. Don't think they've got that this year, and in previous years they would have that, and that would have a big list of all the sort of discounted shows, and that's how I got a lot of my tickets in previous year, like last year, or not last year, 2019, after my friends had left. Like, when I was with my friends, we went to shows which we had planned beforehand, and then like afterwards we went to like a bunch of shows which sort of, I say we, I mean we, the collective being that is me and all the fucking cells in my body. I'm gonna slow down slightly because I'm slightly worried of getting a speeding fine for being in this tunnel. But yeah. There's a couple of free shows I want to see. I might go see one of them tomorrow. Then I've got like 6 days of work in a row, so the streams may get like inconsistent again. It will only get worse when I'm back from uni. Ratspress Hamburg. Oh, I love Hamburg. I've only been to Germany once in my life, and I've only spent one night in Hamburg. It might be said Hamburg, I don't know. I did French for 7 years, so and the city of Strasbourg has taught me that Berg, in my head, is pronounced Boer, even though it's not. Like, yet what? Like, it kind of is in Swedish again, but also not particularly. I have a degree in Swedish, if you don't know. If you're enjoying this sort of ramble session, this late night ramble session, please consider following me. I'm just going to sort of chuck this in every so often. Not for any particular reason, just because it helps. It doesn't, usually doesn't leave an email. But yeah, like, if you follow me, then you get notifications when I stream, which is, as I say, slightly irregularly. You can also follow me on Twitter for sort of my good takes. I have exclusively good takes. Don't check my tweets. Don't check my tweets for proof of my good takes. So this is something that annoys me about Eurotruck. When it like does the map completion stuff, I'm never gonna like go for like 100% map completion in like Eurotruck, because that's weird. No, like, no offense if that's something you've done. But when it does the map completion as you're driving, it's, with all of these like interchanges, it's different in every sort of zone. Whether it, as you go into it, it will do the whole thing automatically, which is what it was doing in Scandinavia, or as we just saw it in Germany, it will only do the bit you drive along. And that's fucking infuriating to me, because it means if you were some like weird cunt who wanted to like 100% complete the map of Euro Truck Simulator 2, and again, good on you for doing that. I'm sure there's nothing else better you could be doing with your time. You could be watching me, something which you need to pay full attention to. There's so many little Easter eggs I hide in the back of the video. Sorry, I mean the live stream. This isn't pre-recorded. It wouldn't be this shit if it was pre-recorded. But anyway, I've entirely lost my train of thought. Edinburgh Fringe, I think we finished that sort of thing. So yeah, I'm gonna try and see some more shows. So those are my recommendations. I'm gonna sort of write something up and upload it on the vlog, on the blog. Oh, I'm showing my age there, but in the wrong way. I'm showing I'm like too young, and that vlog is something that comes to mind instead of blog. Oi. Bremen, another lovely German city. But yeah, like, I'm trying to sort of resurrect my blog. I used to write on there a lot. It tends to go in ways that I get into a good routine of writing stuff on there, then I get busy again. Or depressed. Usually depressed. Like, let's be honest, when, like, my life is sort of governed by how depressed I am, which, I'll be honest, is quite bad at the moment. But there you go, we're gonna try. Sometimes doing stuff helps me out my depression. Fuck you, Big Iron, no. I should make it really... Oh, Skyrim, a game I hate, but I love the music from. But yeah, I've got like 3 or 4 things I'm writing for it at the moment. I'll probably do, at the end of August, I'll do like a big summer retrospective, what have I been up to, type thing. I used to do them quite a lot, haven't done one in a while, because in the time it took me to write them, they were no longer relevant for the month. I originally did them monthly, never had the motivation, I'm going to stop here to sleep, never had the motivation to sort of finish them, and then I would get to the, oh no, I thought this was the way around. Oh no. Oh, we're fine. I'm sure we're fine. Just want to sleep. Have I fucked this up real bad? No, I haven't. No, I haven't. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. We sleep here. But yeah, no. I have, because like, the thing is, and this is one of the reasons why I don't do these very often. Oh yeah, I forgot we have Jeff. Sorry, 1 minute. We have an employee now. We got Jeff, the most British looking man you'll ever see. Where is Jeff at the moment? He just drives from sort of Aberdeen to Edinburgh. He's a more accurate trucker than I am. Me sort of driving randomly across Europe. But anyway. Jeff has leveled up. Oh, Jeff, I'm so proud of you. Today's your level up day. Happy level up day. We're about to see half our income go because we've got quite a lot of loans. But yeah, no, I get quite depressed a lot of the time, and the reason why I stopped doing this is what I'm up to this week or this month blog posts is because my social life isn't the most exciting thing in the world, especially recently with a lot of my friends leaving the city I live in, which makes being social quite hard. Like, I've just graduated uni, probably like 2/3 of my friends in Edinburgh have left, and I don't know how to fill that gap in my social life and make new friends. But anyway, even beforehand I was never that social, and like, it was depressing, like, going from like blogs I knew which like did these things but did them in like, oh, I went and saw my friends, I went on a little holiday to like Paris, and then there's like me being like, here's 3 films and 3 games and like a TV show and maybe like went on a trip somewhere. Like, it's not the same. It makes my life look really depressing, which it is, but that's not the point of vlog. You're meant to use the internet to make your life look better than it is, not as bad or worse. And I think, like, I want to resurrect doing them, but sort of as a culture roundup thing. I want to, like, what have I experienced? I don't know a better way of phrasing it as the problem. But I'm sure I'll get there. In the meantime, there's the seal from my eyeshadow palette stuck that I opened today, stuck to my shoulder. Oh no, that means I went to the comedy show I just saw with that stuck to my shoulder. Oh wow. But yeah. I'm writing a sort of review of, or like retrospective on Spec Ops: The Line, the game I've just finished streaming. If you want to see the VODs for that, they're up on the channel. Also, I have a VOD channel on YouTube where I keep all the VODs. No one really watches them, but like, if you want to. The only ones that have got views, the ones that get views are really weird, because it'll be like, stream free in the playthrough of Bugsnax. Which is like, cool. Glad you enjoy stream free of Bugsnax. Or things of that nature. But yeah, so I'm doing that. I'm doing a little retrospective thing on Glee, because I've recently finished Glee, and it's a manic series. It's an absolutely insane series. I know we're not meant to say insane anymore because it's like ableist, but still. I don't know if it's a, like, I think it's a show made by someone who, like, if you showed it to like Victorian, like, sanatoriist or whatever you call them, like a psychologist, no, you would throw the guy who wrote Glee into a Victorian mental asylum if you were like a Victorian. I don't know where I'm going with this. That's what I was talking about when we lose 10,000 euros in our loan installments. Let's just hope we make it to the end of this and make enough money to not go into debt. But yeah, so there's that one. I was doing a review for Ragnarok. I'll probably still do that, but I do fully recognise that, like, at this point, Thor Ragnarok is no longer, like, a relevant cultural entity. So I don't know if there's any point in me writing a review for Ragnarok anymore. Because I, like, half wrote it, and then just never finished it. And this is something I do, like, my blog drafts is a fascinating look into my psyche. Because it's full of just dozens and dozens of things that, like, I like started optimistically and just never got back to, because I didn't have enough to say on the subject. I didn't have the time. I, like, just left it for too long and it was no longer relevant. Loads of stuff like that. And yeah, it's there's some fun stuff in there. Maybe I'll go through them on stream at some point. Of just like, here's like a graveyard of like 100 abandoned Aoife ideas, some of which are like nearly complete and she just changed her mind on, some of which are like barely started. So yeah, the blog is something I really want to resurrect, because when I put effort into it, it gets decent numbers. Ignoring that, like, there was like a write-up of a Nuzlocke run I did a couple of Nuzlocke runs I did in Pokemon. I wrote them up and uploaded those to the blog. Oh, I'm so much of a zoomer sometimes. Like, I'm a zoomer, but not in a good way. I'm in like an elder zoomer. My blog is called Post Millennial Panda because I thought that was a good name until I realised there's like a far right website called the Post Millennial, and I felt very uncomfortable about my name on my blog's name ever since. But anyway, I'm also in the next sort of month or two going to be launching a new podcast project.
For anyone who's interested and wants to go back and listen to it, I did a podcast in 2020, a year when many podcasts were born, because I went back to my year abroad for uni was cancelled, and I moved back to Edinburgh assuming that there would be some kind of classes or something for me to do. There weren't, which meant that I had a lot of free time on my hands. I had like a single class a week, and work for it that took like an hour, maybe, and the rest of my time was just empty. So I did a podcast where every day of that, thanks Jeff, of October 2020, I watched Adam Sandler's Hubie Halloween, and in the same day, I recorded a podcast about it that started out about 30 minutes, bloomed to like increasingly manic lengths, and edited it and put it out on the same day, which I wouldn't recommend doing unless you were as sort of free as I was. I do not know how I had the time for that, if I ever would have had the time for it at any other point. So I think it is in some way an interesting cultural aspect in itself of a period in my life and also life more generally, which, like that first sort of / second lockdown period, or like, and the time in between when life was weird, yo. And I'm going to do another podcast. Some of the people who I had on as guests for that will hopefully be reappearing, because it's another sort of come on and talk about a thing podcast, but it won't just be the same Adam Sandler film every week, and it won't even be an Adam Sandler film. It won't, I promise. They may come up, but it's not primarily going to be an Adam Sandler podcast. I don't want to say anything as a kid project just sort of falls apart or I change my mind on anything, but like, it's vaguely going to be looking at sort of media from the early 2000s. That's all I'm going to give you. So if you're interested in that, follow me on all my stuff for updates on that. The old podcast is all over there. Yeah, I've done a lot. I've done simultaneously a lot and very little. This is what's going through my head right now. Like, I feel like I don't do enough. I don't. I could, I'm sure, if I wanted to be a better person. Like, I go to the gym like, oh, hello, third person. It's not sad that like my eyes are on the ticker enough that like I notice when a third person comes onto the stream. Welcome to the stream. But yeah, no, I could be more productive in my life if I chose to. And I'm sure, like, if I put more effort into like the Twitch, I could learn how to make this channel more professional looking. Like, I just downloaded some kind of like pack of filters and stuff. I could probably, if I want to make a proper intro, I could make some like professional looking art for the channel or pay for someone to do that. Don't think it's worth it at this point, like paying someone to do it, but I'm sure I could even put some like effort into like marketing the channel. Don't know if that's something people do with Twitch. I could like make a clip, and it's just this like 30-minute existential crisis I've been having. That'd be fun. If you want, I might make a clip channel at some point. There are like a couple of stream moments I do really, really enjoy. Looking back on, my favorite is probably the BuzzFeed one where it told me, I can't remember what it told me. I think it told me it was a quiz. It was a BuzzFeed quiz, and it gave me a like horrific answer. And I very much enjoy my deranged reaction to that. I'm like both scared of being too loud and also like not that conscious of it today, because my flat, there's like 4 rooms, 2 on this side of the flat, then like a long corridor, and then 2 on the other side of the room of the flat, and the person whose room borders mine is on holiday in Italy. So I feel like there's probably Fuck you, cunt. That wasn't on me. I indicated they sped into the back of me. I don't think that one was my fault. Down to Nuremberg and Dresden. Where are we? Oh, we're getting there. We're getting there. Get it? Get it? Get it? Get it?
They're ovaries.
Bet you didn't expect that. I was going, that's what you come here for. This subversive anti-humor. Anti-humor is a great word because you can just use it to, for something that objectively isn't funny. Like me. Like, talking about projects, I've wanted to do stand-up for a long time, and now I'm like vaguely working on a show on like writing bits that I'll probably take to some open mic nights, and they might just crash and burn, but like, who knows? And like, I don't know if it'll be funny at all. Like, I'm not particularly funny on here compared to a lot of streamers. I'd say if you wanted like jokes per minute, you wouldn't come here. But I hope I'm entertaining. Thank you for coming and watching if you are. I feel like I don't say that enough. I feel like you as someone watching a Twitch stream don't get thanked enough because like, you could be watching like Hassan right now, or like Smallan, or a big streamer who I don't know the name of, Ninja. Is Ninja still streaming? One of those ones. But no, you're here watching me, a like 22-year-old trans girl from Bristol playing Euro Truck Simulator and not being particularly funny. Thank you for coming. That's what she said. That's how I end sex every time. I stare my partner directly in the eyes. Thank you for coming. There's a song. I can't remember what song it is. And it refers to someone as a cummer. And I'm like, you know what that means, right? Like, it upsets me so much that, like, I'm sure cummer means something else in other contexts. But in my head, thanks to, like, if you've ever watched, like, there was a bit on the Trash Future stream where one of them on a dating app found a person nearby them called Heavy Cummer, and the phrase, just the name Heavy Cummer has never left me. And I'm not like a particularly sex-minded person compared to most people, I think. Don't know how other people think, to be honest. I can't believe our driver, she almost needs to sleep already. That's wild. We've only been driving for like a couple of hours. What a coward. We've only got like 6 hours to go. God, imagine if this is what she was listening to. The stream. Arrested for like driving and watching to stream. Do I have any other words? This was something that I struggled with a lot at the end of Spec Ops. Because Spec Ops, like, we don't play many cutscene games on here. We usually play like indie games where like it's just us doing stuff, or it's just, or if there are cutscenes that's very short, or something where I have to do the reading. Like, it's playing the Forgotten City music right now, which is one of, I think, it was the first game I streamed from start to end on the channel, and it was back in that, no, Firewatch was the first one, but don't go back and watch the Firewatch stream on the YouTube channel, because I was muted for the first 3 or 4 hours of that game, and I didn't know, so no one in the chat told me until almost like 4 hours into the game, almost at the climax of that game. Some very kind soul came into the chat and was like, "Cunt, you're muted, you know that?" And I was like, oh no. And so I just don't mute my mic anymore because I'm so scared that'll happen. and it's happened with almost every, like, for the first 6 or 7 games, like indie games I streamed, because like back when I had structure in my life, back when I didn't work in a pub where my shifts are different constantly, and so there is no form of semblance of structure in my life. I used to stream on Wednesdays and Sundays. And Wednesdays would be indie game day, and Sundays would be Pokemon day. Back when I wasn't sick of Pokemon. And we'll go back to Pokemon or something like Pokemon at some point. I just got really bored of it and felt like I was just doing it because I said I'd do it, and it wasn't something I was enjoying. Which is why like I stopped doing those like Pokemon Nuzlocke for the blog as well, because I got like really sick of doing them. This is from Planet Coaster. And Planet Coaster's a game that fascinates me, not in terms of what you do in it. Like, it's a fine game. Like, I enjoy it. But its music is so good. But its music is... Its entire soundtrack is, like, indie folk pop. Or indie folk type stuff. But it's entire... And it's such a good... It does such a good job of mimicking the genre that I'm gonna put it on very quickly now. This is one of them. Like, is it The Light in All of Us that's like the theme song? This is the theme song to Planet Coaster, which I'm a fucking freak who. A lot of my favourite games are games which I adore the music for and then play the game afterwards. So like Outer Wilds is probably the best example of that. Florence is another good one. Sayonara Wild Hearts are probably like the 3 big Annapurna examples. But this is such a good feeling parody of a song that does, of like a genre that was both existed for like a short period of time. I don't think like this, like it's trying to do in like Edward Sharpe and the Magnetic Zeros, like home Alabama, Arkansas, I do love my mom and pop, do home, we got home is wherever I'm with you, etc etc. It's parodying, not even parodying, it's a stylistic, it's pastiche. Is pastiche the right word? It's a style cover of that, and it sounds like a song that should exist. Oh. And I adore it. I fucking adore this album because it's just this for like an hour, and like I've played Planet Coaster. I've played. Let's check. I have played how much Planet Coaster? I have played 10 hours of Planet Coaster. That's slightly more than Star Wars Battlefront 2, the good one, and slightly less than Mini Metro and Total War Medieval 2. It's slightly less time that it took me to 100, well not 100%, but beat the main story of Lego Marvel Superheroes 2, a bad game that no one should ever play. But and I enjoy it. I don't think I have the kind of mind that it takes to deep dive into one of those games, other than maybe City Skylines. But it's just such good music. I don't think there's been a game. It might be. It's not my favorite video game soundtrack. That's Outer Wilds. I can't even say that. But like, it's. What I'm playing. We've got like another while of just trucking anyway, so may as well. But it's so good, and like, it's a genre I adore. Like, I have an awful lot of nostalgia for that kind of mid 2010s, early 2010s indie folk, and I think it's a fascinating choice to use this for theme park music, for a game about theme parks, because the same people did the music for Planet Zoo, a game by the same developer. I can't remember the name off the top of my heart. Top of my head. I think from my heart. I'm just that loving. But with that, the theme to Planet Zoo is stereotypical, and there's no sort of better way to say this, like stereotypical quote unquote Africa music. I might put it on in a second instead of the sort of sad Minecraft music. Okay, so this isn't technically illegal. The police never said we couldn't go through here, and they should have not left that gap there if they didn't want us to go through that. Yeah, I'm going to very quickly put the Planet Zoo theme on because I think it's fascinating. It is probably in this playlist. It's called Yumi and Other Animals. And the Planet Coaster one is called Yumi and Gravity. So it's kind of like, but this is, it's got like, it's naturey music in a way that it's like, you just hear this and you're like, yes, this is a game about nature. From like, I think there's just something about it is like inherently nature-y. That's a bad way of putting it. Like, it sounds like the music you hear in an advert for a Savannah Safari. And like, it's got this sort of vibe, like music that sort of, I would say, oh, beans. We shouldn't have gone this way. But yeah, like this could be like animal. Back when Animal Planet made like animal content, this could have been like the theme for an Animal Planet show or something. And yeah, the Planet Coaster music just, I don't think anyone would listen to that and go, yes, this is a game about roller coasters. Which is fascinating. It's such, I love both of these soundtracks. And I almost, but Planet Coaster soundtrack is it's more interesting to me as a choice, but also just, I think it sounds better. Like, I really like this one as well. Like, it's got that vibe, and this one makes me cry for some reason. I think it reminds me of, like, how much I fucking adored this sort of stuff as a child. I wanna go to a safari park. I wanna go to Longleat. As a child growing up, my favourite TV show was Animal Park, which was a documentary that still runs about Longleat Safari Park in Wiltshire, I'm gonna say. It's near Centre Parks. I've been there a couple of times, not for a long time. And it's sort of one of those places where you drive around sort of this park, various animals in all the enclosures, and then there's a walking around bit afterwards. There's a couple of these in the UK. The other one I've been to is West Midlands Safari Park, which is big. Selling point was it's a bit more theme parky. There was some like roller coasters and stuff, but also that it had white lions, which are a very rare species, beautiful creatures. But we never liked that as much. I never liked that as much as Longleat, because where with Longleat the animals have like quite big enclosures, and I'm like, I am a proponent for sort of, I don't think zoos are a bad thing. You will find people who are like animal rightsy like me, like vegans, who are inherently like, no, zoos are sort of inherently cruel, and I think you can argue that zoos for entertainment are inherently cruel, but zoos for conservation and education are a net good. I think I would be, if I hadn't had access to the zoos that I did in my life, I would be a worse person when it came to animals. I don't know if that's weird. this is Stardew Valley music. Stardew Valley is a game which I'm not going to play on stream because like it takes it takes a long time to finish the game. And I got so close, and then I just sort of quit for a while on my save. Like, I don't know why I got bored of it, or it wasn't even I got bored of it. I know what it was. I was playing too much of it. I was obsessed, and I was like, I have to quit. Can't keep going. If I keep going with Stardew Valley, I will just waste all my time. It's one of those games. It's so good, but it's a game where I don't know if I should go back, or if like leaving it after like the 60, 80 hours of that game I've played is good enough. It's gonna want us to sleep again, which is so annoying because we're so close. We'll stop at the next service station, refuel, and have a little nap. But yeah, zoos. I, as a child, Longleat Safari Park, Animal Park. But so the sort of show was a mix of sort of a sort of reality TV documentary thing about the zoo, the safari park, the animals, and all of that side. But also it was sort of the other focus of the series was Lord Bath, who is the member of the nobility who sort of lives at Longleat Manor. The manor that is attached to Longleat Safari Park. We're turning off now, so I should. What do you mean crash vehicle offence? That's fucking Big Iron. I have 78 hours in Stardew Valley. I'm so annoyed with like none of the traffic incidents in this have been our fault. Yeah, Longleat Safari Park, Animal Park. So yeah, the other half is about Lord Bath, and he's probably the only member of the nobility other than Princess Anne, who I sort of think I would have got on with because he was, by all accounts, a very lovely man. Mostly just sort of, I don't want to look him up because I bet he was horrid, but he died a year or two ago, I think. We will check after this, just so I can do some explaining of what Animal Park was, some ether hauntology. But it's that show, I stopped watching it probably when I was like 10, 11, because that was the age when I started finding all TV inherently boring. I didn't stop watching TV, I just found it boring to watch TV, because I was of an age where sort of, I lived in the countryside, so there wasn't much else to do, but, well, there was much else to do, but like, I didn't want to go outside, and my parents would only give me like would only give us like an hour a day on video game consoles, which is utterly insane thinking back. It makes perfect sense. Like, limited screen time is probably a really good thing. But I mean, I watched a lot of TV. And a lot of TV which I think I didn't necessarily enjoy. I just watched it because it was on. And like, it was on and I didn't want to not be watching. I didn't want to be doing nothing. And this is about the age when I stopped reading as much. I still read an insane amount compared to most people. Like, the average person in Scotland, I think, read 5 books a year, if that. I read like at least a book a month, so I'm ahead of the curve on that. But Animal Park, it still goes, and it's still got like the same two presenters, Kate Humble and the other guy. He does. I can't remember his name. Oh wait, you have to hold this down to that. I'm so stupid. I'm incredibly stupid sometimes. Vulcan Loco. But yeah, it's still going on, and at the pub I work in, it was on the TV, and I, no joke, it sounds like a silly story, like something that I am bullshitting about, but I'm not, but I know the customer experience fucking... But, like, I started crying at work because of the TV show, which was, I think, is normal and fine. I think we should normalize crying places, not just because I cry a lot. Not just because I cry a lot and I'm very depressed. But, like, this is something I'll say. Since I stopped pretending to be a man and gave up on all of the toxic masculinity stuff, fuck, this is the Eurotruck Nearly There music. I thought this was, I didn't realize Eurotruck has this music when, like, the delivery is expected soon. This rules. Yeah, no, I cried at work. That's like the point of that story, is I saw something from my childhood and started crying at the fucking Weatherspoons I work at. Oh. This is something that really annoyed me. So, like, Weatherspoons, if you don't know, I work for Weatherspoons. It's... The owner of the company is sort of a right-wing Brexiteer. Don't agree with him on that. Has some views on sort of free speech stuff that border on transphobia. Like, we have this magazine we had in the thing for a long time, which was, like, sponsored by Toby Young's Free Speech Union, and had, like, an extensive bit about how it's illegal to misgender trans people now, which I, as an employee of the company, was obligated to hand out, even though I was also obligated to go through anti-transphobia training as part of the as like an employee of the company, which was interesting. But of my various employers I've had over the years, they're the employer who've been the best to me by far. I don't know if it's just the pub I work in is particularly good, or what, but as a company, they have treated me and my co-workers very particularly well, in a way they don't have a reputation for. And there was a STV, which is ITV for Scotland, Scottish television. Like, ITV stands for, I don't know what ITV stands for, but, like, Independent Television, I think, is what it stands for, because it used to be ITN, which was Independent Television Network, back when it was the, like, non-BBC alternative. But essentially, yeah, there was this I don't use Twitter or Facebook. I don't use, like, I use Twitter a lot. What am I saying? I don't use Facebook particularly often for anything other than, like, society stuff, like university stuff, and organising social stuff. But I stumbled across on my, like, Facebook feed an article from STV, which was basically like, Weatherspoons makes a loss for the third year in a row, which is kind of big deal for one of the biggest like service industry employers in the country. Like, they own a lot of pubs. I don't know the exact number. I think it may have been in my training. They own a lot of pubs, and, like, that's a big deal if they got a business. And, like, I would lose my job. A lot of other people would lose their jobs. But, and, like, one of the comments, and this is something that I don't think I'm ever going to forget, was, like, someone saying essentially, yes, they should go out of business for how they treat their employees, This person, I looked at the profile, they're like one of those like very liberally pro-European people. And like, surely if you like want their employees to be treated better, you shouldn't be wishing for them to get a business. Like, Tim Martin, who owns Weatherspoons, he's sort of one of the sort of key figures who sort of liberal anti-Brexit people hate, and I'm by no means a right-wing Brexiteer. Was too young to vote in that referendum, so not my fault either way. Have become increasingly sort of iffy on the EU as sort of years have passed. I just want to get past this traffic light. We're past it, it's fine. But it's really intriguing to me that like in that person's head they were doing some kind of like praxis, like liberal praxis. Is this us crossing the border into Austria? I think it was, yeah. But they thought they were doing some kind of liberal praxis by essentially like calling for a bunch of people's, like a bunch of working class people to lose their jobs. And it's what's really intriguing to me, and this is something I expect. I was quite worried when I applied for the job that like it would be like an intolerant like employer where I as a trans person would have a particularly tough time. And I'm very happy that hasn't turned out to be the case. But what's funny, even funnier, is like I'm gonna say a good 70% of my co-workers are not trans. That'd be very funny though. Are queer in some way, and we have a little. Just gonna kiss those logs. Just gonna give those logs a little kiss. But yeah, like, it's like 70% of my workplace is queer, which you wouldn't expect. And like, it's really intriguing to me that like that would be something you would think is like do a net good on the world. Like, I am by no means a supporter of capitalism. You might not be able to tell this from me. I'm a bit of a filthy communist. Apologies to you if that's something that upsets you. Although, like, I'm trans. Imagine you would have left by now. I have my pronouns on below me. I think I would have scared you off already. Unless you disagree with that. Unless you disagree, but you're being quiet about it, and you're gonna let me live my life. In which case, respect. That's how people should disagree. I don't think you should disagree with people being trans, but like, cool. Thanks for not being mean about it. At the very least. I didn't know you were trying to have this music. Oh. Truck complete. Nine minutes late? 9 minutes late? Nine minutes late? 9 minutes late? Nine minutes. 9. I don't know if I don't want to do another truck now, if we want to do something else. Yeah, let's do a little Animal Park. It is in Wiltshire. I was right. Streamlabs. It's the internet zone. No, don't capture that. So yeah. Kate Humble and Ben Fogle are their names. It's had 16 seasons. But yeah, it's been going since 2001. Ben Fogel is leaving? No? They just had other people. But no, it's a very nostalgic show to me. Yeah, so this is the guy I'm talking about. Like, look at him. Like, this man is a lord, or a marquis. I think his title was Lord Bath. No, he seemed really. Fuck yes, Wessex regionalist. Love this man, perfect man. He was a member of the Wessex Regionalist Party. Oh, what a dude! What a guy! What a legend! And a girl, just liked fucking old people. He just liked fucking. Oh, that rules. Do you want to look at his brother and see his brother who he kicked off siblings. Does Lord Christopher Tyne? Viscount Weymouth? Viscount? I know. Hi, Starshipper, it's been a while. How are you doing? Like, this is the only posh guy who I will accept. He was on Time Team? But yeah. Like, Animal Farm, if you haven't seen it, it's really wholesome. There's 5 people here for me staring at a Wikipedia page of this guy who just fucked a lot. Welcome. Hello. Hope you're doing well. This guy rules. I'm sure like problematic in some way. But like, oh, did he die of COVID? Fuck, he died of COVID. Oh man. Oh, that sucks. He died. Is that the same hospital I was born in? Did he die in the hospital I was born in? No. Maybe? Bath. Hospital. Did he die in the hospital I was born in? Bath. He died where I was born. I think. Is this the only hospital in Bath? Now we're gonna have to go to the Wikipedia page healthcare in Somerset. Actually, no, that doesn't help. We're going to go to the list of hospitals in England, go southwest, go... No, we're not bookmarking it. We're not bookmarking this Wikipedia page. Yeah. He died where he was born. Fuck, man. Fuck. Oh, he ruled. He was a Lib Dem. But who cares? He believes in, like, the one cool Lib Dem issue, except for, like, trans stuff, which obviously pretty cool. Which is just, like, giving Wessex a parliament, which fucking rules. The Wessex Regionalist Party? Do they still exist? Agrarianism. They just want farming. They're like Oh, yeah, yes, perfect. Love them, love them. Perfect, perfect people. If I ever go, fuck yes. I love that it defines. Oh, I love this. I'm glad that I've scared off the 2 people who turned up by just staring at the Wikipedia page for the Wessex Regional. Should we do some BuzzFeed? I haven't done BuzzFeed in a while. Oh no, it's Evan Hansen. I'm just changing the category to just chatting so we don't get any truck people turning up by accident. Is it Just Cause? That's a fun game I have nostalgia for. It's still called Depression Chuck. We're just gonna live with that. What the fuck? What are the top quizzes? What do you mean everyone is a hot girl thing and I'm sure you want to know which you are? Yes, please. Oh wait, this woman, is that just Taylor Swift? No, that is her. She just looks very much like Taylor Swift. I don't really know what a hot girl thing is. I'd like to think of myself as a hot girl. Summer, not here. I think autumn is my favourite of the seasons. Oh, no coffee for me. Don't. Oh, this is a fun story. I was at work the other day and I was on a 6 a.m. shift, so I was like slightly manic and extremely tired. Because also I'd messed up my sleep schedule, so like I had 6 a.m. shifts 2 days in a row. I got home from 1 at like 2, or like 2:30, 3. Got home, then immediately fell asleep. Woke up at like fucking like 11, 12. Like, so I had good 6 hours until work. So I was very tired, but also very awake when I started work. And it didn't improve from that. And I was like, oh, I don't like coffee, and I've never drunk coffee in my life, but I'm like tired enough that I could justify a coffee now. So, and we get free coffee at work on the coffee machine. So I was like, oh, well, there's mochas. That's just a hot chocolate with like some caffeine in there. That can't be that bad. Listener, it was bad. I took 1 sip. Luckily it was just me at work. The managers were off doing something at like the 6 to 7 hour. It's just one person, so it was just me. So like, I take 1 sip of this coffee, audibly go, yuck, like a child, like a small child. And then like I had like 3 hot chocolates to get the taste out of my mouth. It sucks so bad. I don't know why anyone has coffee, other than like dependency on caffeine. It seems horrid. I always have a hot girl summer. I don't like taking baths. I haven't taken a bath in years. I think that story told you I'm not a fucking morning person. Hot girl bevies? What does this mean? I drink a water bottle because I drink water. I like a can of seltzer as in like a White Claw. Don't like coffee though. Good for you. Do we want to find out? This is what I enjoy. Thank you, Swift, like Taylor 11. Let's find out which US state I'm destined to live in. Oh, these are also. I go. Horrid. That's actually quite nice. I think that's the nicest. They're always the same pictures. On these quizzes. Always the exact same pictures. Oh, I wouldn't mind like having that sofa in bedroom. Don't like anything else in that bedroom, but I like that sofa. That bed frame, quite like it. Don't like that one, it's on the ground floor. I vibe with this one. Bathroom. Bathroom, innit? Someone's got the space to piss and to have a shower. I'm happy. Can't see any of the bathroom stuff in that one. Other than some sinks. Hate sinks like that. I think it's this one. One of these bottom ones. I'm going to go with this one. The secondary bedroom. These are all horrid. That one's the nicest. It's the like sort of coziest, and I don't want like. I mean, ignore that my room is like large. Living room. Why are they all white? I think it's so dirty. Hello. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to me yelling at BuzzFeed quizzes. I'm tired and depressed, and that's why we're doing this. That one's nice. I like the book space. That one's got... this is the only one that feels lived in. Kitchen. I just want space to be able to cook. This one's quite nice. I'm on the yellow. Ew. Who would have a... No offense if you've got like yellow rooms or anything. It's just a colour that I don't think works for interiors. There are other things that the yellow's a nice colour for. Not interiors. Extra room. Oh, I mean, it's one of these two. It's the library, isn't it? And a backyard. I think it's this one. All the others aren't really gardens, are they? There's no grass there. There's barely any grass there. I mean, I know lawns are bad. Like, lawns are bad, if you didn't know this. Especially in America. Especially in parts of America where they don't have much water and they use water to sustain lawns. It's bad. I think it's this one. Vermont. The one that's closest to Britain. Vermont does look lovely. I've got a friend I would very much like to visit who's from Vermont. Doesn't live there anymore, but seems like a place I would like to. You can earn money for creating your own BuzzFeed quizzes? These ones were just like... I don't want to... Okay. Should we see if James Bond is gonna do corrective rape on me? Okay. We're gonna... Give me 1 second. I need to find the... I'm doing very important work right now. So... I think this will be copyright free. So this is the theme. No, that one's got words. I don't want the words. I just want the words free. Do 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 do. Is it this one? No, still not him. I think it's this one. No. Okay. This is their legally distinct James Bond music. It's so loud. But anyway. Who's sending me on like this mission? The CIA wouldn't send me. I mean, I'm a leftist on trans person on. Maybe I am funded by the CIA. What's his face? Caleb Morpan? Is he the one who thinks this big conspiracy? I'm doing trans crime. Where does my mission take me? Dubai. This is the it's so bootleg. It's so bootleg. We're going to Dubai like in... It's so fake. But yeah, no. It's we're doing Spec Ops: The Line. We're going to Dubai. Who am I tracking down? We're gonna go murder a business person. I'm going to go find the British government who are in Dubai. Do. Motorbike, base. Motorbike is the coolest option here. I think a good 2 days. Maybe for fun. We're gonna have a fun for fun. Defensiveness, yes. Gun. Where is the option gun? I'm not seeing gun here. Anyway, that was some music from the film OK Connery. Gun isn't there. Where's gun? Do I just bring knife? Bomb? Camera? Taser? Knife? Where's gun? Where's gun? I just want to shoot people. How do they expect me to kill this powerful business person who I've been sent to kill by, I don't know, the trans lobby? How do they expect me to kill them without gun? I think bringing multiple things includes gun. My code name. Not Agent 47. Agent 47. Agent Gwen. That sucks. Giggles. Fuck that. Mirage. Nah. That can't just be my name. Viper. Mirage might be the best one there, and it sucks. It sucks. Agent 14. Does that sound like bootleg Agent 47 that I kind of enjoy? What are you most likely to say to the enemy on this mission? Oh, this is the SMARM question. I think I would say you don't need to go through with this. That's the only one here that isn't like SMARM. How does this mission play out? I think we do lose some lives. We're gonna Spec Ops: The Line it. No. The Grey Man was so bad. The Grey Man was bad. No. No, don't make me think about the Grey Man. I hated the Grey Man. What's the secret that you'll never tell your parents? Transgender. No, don't worry, I did tell them it went badly. These are all... I don't want to customize my mansion in 19 steps. Let's find out what type of hot I am. It's the same woman. It's the same woman who does all of these. How much confidence do you think I have? I think I project having confidence, but don't really, which puts me at a sort of 7. My best quality, honestly, none of the above. I'm not funny. I'm stupid. Bit of a bitch. Incredibly untalented. Not that attractive. I'm gonna go with nice. Hulk? 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 Right now it's sleepy. But Goofy is such a good word. Hulk? I love the Goofy movie. The Goofy movie might be my favourite Disney movie. Yes. I work at a bar where I used to have to walk home at like 2 in the morning by myself. I am a woman. Not a fun experience. Oh wait, it's the other way round. No, I don't think so. My sense of style. like, honestly, I've entered preppy mode. I forget what preppy means. Oh wait, no, it means like prep school. Nah. I'm like, none of the above. Not casual. I like to dress like a bit of a weird fucking person. Trendy? Yeah. Trendy? No. I mean, simple? I mean, no, it depends on the situation. I don't like going to a bar by myself. Only if I'm meeting people there. Mysteriously hot. You automatically want to know more about me. Ew. No, I don't want to press what is a breeding kink. I don't want to press what is a breeding kink. What is... Oh. I would like to know when I'll get married though, because we've maybe passed the point. At this point I'm 22, so I might be out of the youngest category. Favourite season? Autumn. Was summer more fun when you were a child? I don't think so. I think I got bored of summer. I think I enjoy summer more now. Yeah, no. A bit cooler would be nice. But I do like summer. I like summer fashion. Because I like young skin. Ice cream at night. I think, yeah, ice cream in the day. I think I prefer like a nice bevy at night. Like a nice cold cider. Is summer the best time for romance? Do. Oh, it's so sad that she's dead. Olivia Newton-John. I mean, I didn't just say she. That could be anyone. I don't know. No, I'm transgender. 2 years. You've heard it here first, gamers. By by August the 10th, 2024, Aoife, not saying my last name, will be married. This will be a fun one. We're gonna finish off in a second. We're gonna finish off in a second because I'm tired, and I think I might need to get up at some point tomorrow. I'm gonna stream tomorrow, and we're gonna play Short Hike tomorrow. But yeah, we'll finish it off with this quiz. Only 50 films have made over $1 billion at the box office. How many are I seeing? Avatar, love it. Avengers Endgame, dislike it. It's one of my least favourite Marvel films. Unironically. It's got like the first hour when it's like, oh, this is what the world's like after everyone's vanished. Really interesting. Doesn't stay interesting. Titanic? Yeah. Bit long. Fun film. Love a good romance. Seen Force Awakens. Enjoyed it. It's fine. It's a good reboot. Infinity War. The better of those two films, I'm gonna say. I rewatched it recently, and I think I enjoyed Infinity War more than I did last time, and Endgame didn't work even with me. No Way Home, bad film, dislike it. Jurassic World, yeah. I've seen it in a biology class, pirated with Chinese subtitles. That's all you need to know about it. Don't really like it. Live action Lion King, bad film. Well, it's not bad, but it doesn't need to exist. Original Avengers, I think, was a lightning in the bottle film that I don't think the MCU is ever going to recapture. I haven't seen none of the Fast and Furious films. Frozen 2, love it. I love it, but I do think there's some lost potential. Age of Ultron, yeah, sure. Black Panther, fine. Black Panther is one of the better Marvel films. It's such a shame about Chadwick Boseman, but honestly, like the trailer for Black Panther 2 or Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Big Iron. It's looking pretty good. I'm kind of excited. I don't want to get my hopes up, but like with the recent Marvel films, like the ones that have been bad, have had bad trailers. Yes, I've seen all the Harry Potter films. They're fine. They're not bad films. Last Jedi, the best Star Wars film. Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. I had a great time watching it. It's not a good film. Frozen, good film. Beauty and the Beast, the live action one. Oh, that's just something we don't need to talk about. Incredibles 2. Boy, that's a film. Haven't seen Iron Man 3. Haven't seen any of the Fast and Furious films. Haven't seen Minions. Captain America. It's a Marvel film. They fight each other in that one. It's got Spider-Man in it. Aquaman is worth it for the cover of Africa alone. Lord of the Rings. Love them. There's nothing bad, particularly about the Lord of the Rings films. Far From Home, I think is probably the most fun of the three. I think the 1 and 2 in the new Spider-Man trilogy are all good. Hello. Hello, sorry if I don't notice chat messages very quickly as well. I should say that I do just have a habit of my chat is on the laptop next to me because I don't have 2 screens or 2 monitors even, and I do just occasionally not see them. But yeah, Captain Marvel. Oh boy, that one's not good. Haven't seen Transformers. Haven't seen Skyfall. Haven't seen Transformers. Original Jurassic Park slaps. Haven't seen Dark Knight Rises. Don't shoot me. Joker. Seen it. Didn't love it. Bad film. Good film. Good film. Oh, I love the Pirates of the Caribbean. The first 3 Pirates of the Caribbean films. Watched them whilst I was writing my dissertation for the first time. So good. Genuinely so good. Original Lion King. Great. Rogue One. Not a great film. Aladdin. Is On Stranger Tides the 4th one? On Stranger Tides. No, I want. Yeah, haven't seen this one. I only watched the original trilogy. I have seen Despicable Me 3. Haven't seen Finding Dory. Seen you. Haven't seen you. Haven't seen you. Seen you. Top Gun Maverick. So good. Slaps. So good. I've seen 74. I've seen, I think, most of the good ones. I will watch the Dark Knight trilogy at some point. Zootopia is meant to be good. Just, I've watched the first half a couple times, never watched back half. I'm going to watch the rest of the Pirates films because they're bad. I just don't like Johnny Depp. Kill me. And I think Johnny Depp is honestly the weakest parts of... he's good in the first one. When they weren't writing Captain Jack Sparrow, they were writing just a pirate, and Johnny Depp was doing the performance. But he becomes grating after that first film, and I like Will and the Pirate Queen. They're a far more interesting collection of people. The Transformers and 007 films, other series I need to watch. Minions, no, refuse. And same with the Fast and Furious films. And I think that's it. I think that's everything. Unless there's something else. I think we maybe... I don't think I would win Love Island. I don't think we even need to do that quiz. That's how I grew up watching a lot of Disney Channel. This isn't going to be fun for anyone except for me. That one is called Jessie. It's not good. It's bad. It's a terrible show. And it's got her in it, and she's not particularly a good lead. That's So Raven, a show that I haven't seen. This may be past my time. Is this... Only one of these has the word undercover in them. It's Zendaya. I did watch this. I think this is the sequel to Jessie, and it was called Bunked, and I think it went on without the original characters, which was an interesting choice. Boy becomes pop sensation overnight. Not Hannah Montana, unless unless they transed him, in which case congratulations. Congratulations on your transition, whatever your name is now. Probably Austin Alley. The one with Austin Moon in it, where he's a pop person. A famous teen girl comes back from Hollywood to be with her twin sister. I think that's this one, with 2 versions of her. It's a fun one as far as I remember. Austin Ally. Oh, was she... Is that spelled wrong? Was it Austin... No, yeah, it was Austin Ally. In my head, Austin Ally. It's got Laura Marano in it. I quite like Laura Marano. Where do we get to? iCarly. A show that functions... Okay, I've seen these 3. It's none of these except for it is iCarly. That is iCarly, but it's not. I think it's this one which has Jake Paul in it. What the fuck? What the fuck? It's not these 2. I've seen them. None of them had that. Sounds like it would be that, like Andy Mack, purely based on... What the fuck? Disney Channel, what the fuck? I know of this one purely because it's the same person who's in the Dougie, or is in Doogie Kameloha, MD, which is a really fun show that I enjoy and I hope gets a 2nd season. This little child. That's such a weird... Maybe I have seen that. I wonder if this one's the one that has a time-based pun for a title. This is Ant Farm, which was a rip-off of Victorious. And it has Chandler McClain, and I think it's where her, like, really good cover of Calling All the Monsters comes from. I don't know if she wrote that and then did this, or if that's where her cover of Calling All the Monsters comes from. But it was a fun show, and I stopped watching in the final season, but apparently it goes off the rails. This is Shake It Up, which has Bella Thorne in it. Has Zendaya, but also Bella Thorne. But it does have one of my favourite tropes in TV, in like comedies, which is 2 comedy Germans as villains. They don't have to be Germans, I think they're technically Swedish, or from like made up German country. Well, this could be any of them. I think it's Girl Meets World, which is just like the Boy Meets World spin-off, which I adore except for the weird episode about like communism is bad, which is very funny for a Disney Channel show to have, but a choice. But it's a really good show. It's a shame it only got 3 seasons because I would have liked to see more of it. I adore Boy Meets World. It's one of my favorite older sitcoms. Anyway, this has been the stream. This has been the stream, gamers. If you've enjoyed the stream, we don't need that again. We do not need that again. Oh, I forgot I left Euro Truck open. If you've enjoyed this, I'll be streaming again tomorrow, hopefully, and we'll be playing some other video game, A Short Hike, Go on a Little Wander. That'll be fun. Yeah, if you enjoyed this and you're new, VOD channel, all of my stuff is linked in the description of the channel. And it's also underneath me at the moment. Yeah, this was a different energy for the stream because I'm depressed and tired. That's fine. We'll be back to normal tomorrow. Yeah. Whatever it is where you are. And I'll see you